My name is Xochitl Mora. I'm the Director of Communications for the City of McAllen. I'd like to welcome all of you here in our commission chambers, as well as everyone watching at home. We are so honored to have everyone here with us, and I'd like to introduce our special guests, including the Honorable Jim Darling, Mayor of the City of McAllen, the Honorable Omar Quintanilla, Commissioner District 3, and the Honorable Victor Sebi Haddad, Commissioner District 4. Also with us is our City Manager, Mr. Roy Rodriguez, and Assistant City Manager, Mr. Joe Vera. We also have with us our Transit Director, Mario Delgado, and of course, representatives from our McAllen Police Department, including Captain Irene Luna and Sergeant Gaston Bailly. And we'll be hearing from some very special guests later in the program, including Mr. Martinez from Martinez Furniture and Pastor Martinez from Vital Church. For a few remarks on why McAllen cares and why it's so important, and to welcome everyone into McAllen City Hall, our Mayor, the Honorable Jim Darling.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sophie. Well, good morning, and I'm glad to be here. It's kind of the spirit of the holidays, I think, is taking hold, and I want to really thank the Martinez Furniture family for all they've done in our community, not only for this, but certainly year in, year out. It's a great community business and community participation. You know, that's what makes McAllen a great city, a lot of different things, but I think one of the huge things is our business community really supports a lot of efforts, charitable functions. This has been a tough year with the pandemic, but year in and year out, we support charities like no other city I know of, and we have a great business community that does that. And so this is kind of a recognition of, another recognition of what you all do for our community, but a recognition for our police department. You know, it's been a kind of an interesting year from a standpoint of police. We've had all the defunding police department rhetoric out there, demonstrations and all that. And, you know, sitting in the city of McAllen with what our relationship with our police department, by the way, nobody's perfect, but we sure have a great police department. And think about what's going on around us and how fortunate we are where we live to have a police department that does what they do and participates in our community like they do and provides the services to our community is not unique, but it is when you look at what's happening around the country. And so we're very fortunate to do that. I know our city commission supports the police department. We support it hopefully in more ways than the budget that we approve every year and show our gratitude. So this is a way of doing that. When you think about it, how many occupations besides maybe working for the city manager directly, where you wake up in the morning and you don't know what's going to happen to you that day, that when everybody's running away from a problem, you're running towards it. You know, that's not something that that we should take lightly, because it really is something that officers face every day. And unfortunately, this year we've had the tragedy that we had, and it really brought it home as how important and how dangerous the job of policing is in our community. And so with the Martinez family, we are going to show our appreciation for that. I looked at it, I don't want to give any secrets away, but I mean, there's a fantastic list of things. It's going to be a Merry Christmas for a lot of police officers. We have, what, 200, how many police officers we have, Captain? Huh? 298. So 298. I think if you do the mayor and city commissioners, it comes out to 305. But it's fantastic. I mean, I think it involves automobiles, or is that just to carry the stuff over there? I'm not sure. I don't want to give anything away. No, it doesn't involve automobiles. But it's fantastically generous, and our guys certainly deserve it, and really it's going to be mean something very, very special to them for the Christmas holidays, and I think shows the community how important it is that we support the police, and that's what we do in McAllen. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, this is going to be a wonderful announcement from Martinez Furniture and Vital Church, and we thank them for their generosity, but we won't give it away, so that way they can do that announcement. But why this message is so important for us now to receive, especially for our family at the McAllen Police Department, I'd like to bring up our city manager, Mr. Roy Rodriguez.
Thank you, Xochitl. So I'll make this brief. I wanted to just say a few words because I want the community to really understand the magnitude of what these folks are doing, Martinez Furniture and others. When they approached us about what they wanted to do, we wanted to make sure that we were able to provide them the audience that it deserves. And that is to have all of the media here so that tonight, maybe at noon today, tonight, tomorrow, and next week, and thereafter, people understand what you're doing here. And it is really tremendous, the amount of, the amount of all that they're doing for the police department. I don't know how to say that without giving it away too, right? For the police department. You know, we have 2,000 employees, and the mayor and the city commission take that responsibility very, very seriously. And so as we spoke, when it comes to the police department and what they face on a daily basis, you know, I heard, the captains and the police chief talking to me the other day about what police officers go through, and we don't really think about that. You know, they go from very high highs to very low lows in a matter of seconds. And that is what, you know, we kind of take for granted. And so to be able to do this during this time of year means a lot to this community, and it certainly means a lot to the city of McAllen. So I thank you, Mr. Martinez, for being here today, and I hope that the message out there is a very clear one, and that is that, you know, those folks that are out there risking their lives for us deserve this kind of attention and this kind of love from the community. And so we thank you very much. Thank you for being here today.
If you'll turn your attention to the screens, we have a tribute video to two of our fallen officers. And now for the announcement that we've all been waiting for, I'd like to bring up Pastor Charlie Martinez of Vital Church.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Pastor Charlie Martinez of Vital Church here in McAllen, and I want to begin by expressing our gratitude to the city of McAllen, the McAllen Police Department, for allowing us to be here and for inviting the media so that we can inform them about our event. You know, as already mentioned, it's been a challenging year, and with all of the disturbing news stories that we've had this year, today's news is a joyous one. Vital Church, in cooperation with Martinez Furniture, their proprietors, Ramon and Graciela Martinez, we will be hosting a night of honor in recognition of the McAllen Police Department this Friday, December 18th, at 7 p.m. at Vital Church, 516 East Beach Avenue in McAllen. An already challenging year for the McAllen PD became even more difficult with the killings of Officer Delmiro Garza and Ismael Chavez while in the line of duty. Both of them shared our Christian faith, and Officer Garza in particular was a member of our church, and his family continues to be a part of our congregation, his widow serving as part of our ministry. The sacrifice and dedication that these two officers embodied has inspired this event. Our Night of Honor will consist of prayer, music, a message of encouragement, and the presentation of gift boxes to each active police officer. And thanks to the participation of multiple businesses, sponsors, and entities thus far, each gift box will include a voucher that looks like this. This is a plaque, but it's also a voucher. It says, "Honoring you for your service, blessed are the peacemakers," which is the verse you saw in the video. And this certificate is to redeem for one Sealy Posturepedic Plus Satisfied pillow top or firm mattress of your choice at the Martinez Furniture and Appliance Gallery store located at 701 Business 83 in McAllen, Texas. Just so that you know, that gift in itself has a retail value of approximately $2,000. That gift box will include, this voucher will include a voucher for a 2-night stay at Beach Resort at South Padre Island, a season pass to Beach Park at Isla Blanca. It will include a law enforcement Bible. It will include some beauty products and a meal voucher. So this is thanks to our sponsors, and I want to name them quickly. Our Night of Honor sponsors include Vital Church, Martinez Furniture, Sealy Mattresses, Beach Resort at SPI, Beach Park at Isla Blanca, Retro Skin and Sascav Beauty Products, Ocaña's Delivery Service, who are going to make sure these mattresses get to the homes of our officers, and Taqueria Los Villa. Just want to give you a little bit of context. We have a rotation of police officers that provide security for our church every Sunday. And we try to go out there and have conversations. Mr. Martinez actually serves in the parking area at our church, and so he gets to have really close contact with our officers who are helping us direct traffic, and in conversations with them, talking about the challenges of this year, there was a word that just struck a chord in Mr. Martinez's heart when one of the officers expressed that they even have trouble sleeping at times. And I think that word, sleep, was key. And those of us who are people of faith, we learn to obey God when we feel that we are sensing His voice. And he felt in that moment that he had the opportunity to make a difference, just to sow into that particular challenge in the lives of our police officers. And so this was birthed out of that word, out of that moment, out of that heart. And so the rest is history. People came together. And so that's where the mattresses come in. And then other people heard about this. Obviously, being a member of our church, he brought this to us. And it was in line with something that we had been preaching. We had just done a sermon at our church, specifically talking about the kingdom, the God, the heavenly kingdom virtue of honor. Romans 13:4 says that our governing authorities are literally servants of God, and that is what we believe. And so this is a way of us to honor them. And yes, in the spirit of Christmas, in the spirit of giving, we wanted to host this night. And so the city of McAllen and its police department will be present with their delegations, along with at least 130 thus far confirmed police personnel. We have invited the families of our fallen officers. And of course, we would welcome members of the media as well. Thank you in advance for your interest, and thank you for allowing us to be here. God bless you. I'd like to pass up Mr. Martinez to share a few words as well, if that's okay.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the opportunity. This year has been a very challenging year for many. It has been a challenging for those in our front line, our essential workers, our providers, our leaders, and collectively challenging for those who give and serve in our communities and families every day in a variety of ways. Despite the challenge, one thing this year has brought in sense of unity, despite division and striving for peace despite difficulties. We have called to honor those who serve, and this year perhaps more so than others. Challenges of those in law enforcement have been seen inevitably by the tragedy in the losses of Officer Nemiro, Eddie Garza, and Ismael Chavez. The sacrifice and dedication that these officers embodied has inspired this event. Officer Garza was my friend. But above all, he was my brother in Christ. I am Ramon Martinez of Martinez Furniture and Appliance, and it is an honor and a blessing to have served besides Brother Eddie as a vital parking team. In his memory, I want Officer Garza and Officer Chavez to continue the blessings to all, acknowledge and thank their brothers in arms, the full 298 police officers of McAllen Police Department, the gift of a better night's sleep. As a simple thank you for the sleep each as a community are able to have through your service, sacrifice, dedication to protect and provide. A man's wealth is not measured of what he acquires in his life, but what he gives throughout his life. And Eddie was a perfect example of being a giver, and he set that example to us. You can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. Thank you. Merry Christmas. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Thank you for those words. On behalf of the McAllen Police Department, their accepting of this gift and their pledge to continue to serve our community, I'd like to invite up Captain Irene Luna for a few remarks.
On behalf of our Chief Victor Rodriguez, he sends his apologies that he could not be here today. But we thank Vital Church, we thank Martinez Furniture, we thank all the other donors. We are very humbled by your generosity. We wear this badge to serve our citizens. We serve our citizens every day. We do this job with pride. We do it with a lot of humbleness in our heart. And when we receive something like this, we're beyond words. But we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. To our community, we continue serving our citizens. That's why we're here. It's a job we take seriously every day. And we thank our community for the widespread support we have received this year. We count on you for your help as you count on us also for help. So thank you very much to everybody from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Luna, and thank you to all the officers of the McAllen Police Department for the work they do every day to keep our community safe and secure. Thank you all so much for joining us. We hope that this example of this donation, this generosity by Martinez Furniture and Vital Church inspire all of us to give to those in need here in our McAllen community, whether it be something as simple but yet meaningful, such as a kind smile, a thoughtful gesture, or a generous gift. May you all have a safe and blessed holiday season. Thank you very much. For the City of McAllen, I'm Xochitl Mora. Thank you all for joining us.